Welcome to Bill Dance Saltwater. Great fun fishing that anyone can do. Yes, you can do this. This week we're heading southeast of New Orleans, Louisiana, where the road ends at the small town of Venice, America's redfish capital. Redfish can be found here in legendary numbers with the miles and miles of fish and habitat available. They thrive in the fertile waters here, which makes it almost the perfect fish for everybody to catch. Bill's great friend and popular area guide, Captain Mike Frenette, always keeps him up to date on what's happening with all the species in the area. But for Bill, redfish is still the king here. And when Mike sends him the fishing report that they're biting, nobody has to tell him twice to head that way. Mike and his wife Lori operate the Redfish Lodge of Louisiana down here in Venice. They take a lot of pride in making your stay one you won't soon forget, and the food they serve up might be just as great as the fishing. Tens of thousands of redfish are caught here annually by anglers from all over the country. The fertility of the mighty Mississippi River makes most of this possible. And there's no question about it, this area is one of Bill Dance's favorite places to fish. Venice is located in Plaquemines Parish, along the west bank of the Mississippi River, about as far south as you can drive by truck. Today, Bill and Mike have teamed up to tease some big reds using the Bass Pro Shop Saltwater Sally Grub. Let's head out from the marina and catch some fun. And fun it'll be with two good friends doing what they've done so many times over the years. Like Bill says, Mike Frenette is without question the best when it comes to locating and catching Plaquemines Parish reds. Let's join in.
Got him. Coming right at the boat.
He was pretty close when he hit, wasn't he?
Yeah. Look at that rod.
It didn't take you long to hook the first one. He doesn't want to do what you want him to do.
No, he does not, Mike. You want to fish? Y'all want to catch this one? Here, take it. Take it. Just go ahead. I wish you were here to do it because you would experience a tremendous amount of fun. We're using these rods are medium heavy Finor 7-foot tidal Finor rods, and I tell you what, they've got take a lot of power.
If she pulls, I'm just gonna let go.
Okay. I don't know where the hook is.
Actually, it's hooked in the corner of her mouth. She did a good job on the bite. Open up. I got her.
Lay her on the boat seat.
I got her. And it is a big one.
Oh, wait.
Oh, the tail's still in the water.
There.
Look at the size of this fish, would you?
Look at the chompers on it.
Look at that. Look at the tail, how wide it is.
Huh?
The girth. This is a special fish right here. My goodness. We gotta put her back. I can't hold her any longer.
Okay, ease her back. Ease her back.
She's ready to go.
Woo! What a fight.
Try to turn her. Are you ready? Woo! That was a big one, Bill. Man.
How big do you think that was?
100 pounds.
Oh, about 90, wasn't it? No,
Yeah,
about, how big?
let's not exaggerate. 92, 93 pounds.
Okay.
That was a big one. That was over 30 for sure. That was a big one.
Today's show is sponsored in part by Bass Pro Shops, your adventure starts here. Quantum Rods and Reels. And Mercury Marine. Go boldly. Today's conditions log is brought to you in part by Fish Defunk. It keeps your hands scent-free and clean, so fish can't smell you. Use Fish Defunk unscented while fishing and Fish Defunk scented after fishing to remove all odors.
Where's your float?
I got them on.
Now when you hit schools like this, there could be 20 here or there could be 500 here, right?
Or 2,000.
Are you serious?
There could be some, you know, you don't know. You don't know. You can't see below the surface there. You don't know.
I mean, they just scoop. All right, let me ask you one question. I've asked you this before. How do they school in size? If you're catching 15 to 20 pound fish, you're catching 15 to 20 pound fish, are you subject to catch a lot of 5 to, well, let's say 10 to 12, 15 pound fish in there?
No, you're in 15 to 20 pound fish, or let's say 20 plus pound fish, that's what you're gonna catch. The 5 pounders, 5, 10 pounders, they're not allowed to play with the big boys and girls.
So they group by size. So
they group by size, sure. Occasionally, you might find something mixed in, but that's pretty rare. On both accounts. If you're catching 5 and 10 pound fish, to find a 20 or 30 pound fish is gonna be rare. Yeah, they definitely school together on size. You know, think about it. If I went on The Voice or America's Got Talent,
yeah, Shelton Blake would like that.
And just play the music coming off of this reel, I'd win, hands down.
You better open
Look at him.
Mouth.
He's done played that game before.
That's a good one. I'm gonna tell you one thing. I've said this lots of times. You get with this guy, bring your children down here, bring your wife down here. You wanna
bring your friends.
Bring your friends. This is just, I'm telling you, it's almost automatic.
Ah, they're all good fish, huh, Bill?
You bet.
There you go.
He's slick.
It's slippery.
Isn't that nice? Woo! You ready to take off? Let me turn you around. Oh yeah, you ready? Under the boat.
There he goes.
There he goes over, gone. Of all the different baits there are to catch redfish, what would be, look at there, I'm asking you a question every time I do it, you catch fish. What would be Mike's #1 technique?
I don't think that you could argue that the popping cork is definitely what I'd have to say, the #1 technique. And the bait.
Why do you say that?
You know, Bill, it's just because when that popping cork is working properly and you're chugging it on that surface, that sound imitates a feeding fish. And the redfish, they'll pick it up on their sensory glands, the little holes that you see all around their mouth, and then their lateral lines will just get really excited. And they're coming right towards that sound to see what the heck is eating in their territory.
Open up your mouth. Did you see he saw it coming and he shut his mouth? All right, just calm down. Just calm. I hear you, Johnny.
Look at that, huh?
He got one big spot on his tail. Hear him drumming.
Oh, such a cool deal, huh?
Uh-huh.
Love them. Gotta love the redfish.
Dude.
Today's show is sponsored in part by Mako Boats, building legends for over 40 years. Gamakatsu, world's finest hooks. And MotorGuide, trolling motors engineered for anglers. Today's equipment log is brought to you in part by Gamakatsu, because the fish of a lifetime only comes once in a lifetime. Today's show is sponsored in part by Stren, the standard of dependability since 1958. Garmin, fight your fish, not your fish finder. And Mystic Lubricants, lubrication domination.
There's a slick right there, isn't it?
Yep. And you know, Bill, that's a good indication that the redfish are here. That's a result from them feeding on the pogies down below. And they eat so much they regurgitate, and when they regurgitate, that's the oil from the pogies coming to the surface. So that's one of the key signs that we've got animals in the area. There he is. One pop.
That didn't, one pop.
One pop. That's a sugar pop. I mean, I literally just released that fish, walked back up here, made the cast, one pop, bam, we're on.
I got a picture where they were schooling on top that you sent me. You know,
that was thousands. That was probably thousands of fish. Yeah, that was, you know, we see that, I don't want to say quite a bit, but it's not an unusual sight, especially when it's calm, but it's such a special sight. You can't do this anyplace else. Not for the numbers and the size. Just can't do it.
there he is.
Look, we got a double.
There's great fishing, great redfish fishing along the eastern seaboard.
Absolutely.
In select areas.
I think we're rubbing against each other. Rod, tip up a little bit so I can see what to do. Okay, I got to go under you.
You want to go under me?
Yep.
How's that?
That's good.
And then along the Texas coast in select areas of Florida. Golly.
He's on the surface crashing, isn't he?
This area here has got to be.
It's the best.
Huh?
And like you said, there's good areas, other good areas to fish, but it's just hard to compare this with any place else.
Well, you know what I like about this particular popping cork? It's made by the Bomber folks. It's got a concaved head, and it sucks water. It kind of, when you pull it, it boom. But another feature about it, as you pull it and it pops back, it goes. You hear that sound? That clicking sound? It clicks, and that puts out a good sound against these brass beads as it comes forward. And then as you pull it back, you can hear that popping sound. Now the popping cork has Bass Pro Shop saltwater Sally grub on the business end of this rig. And all of this is attached to Stran's 30-pound braid superline that's made with Dyneema. And attached to that is a 30-inch section of Stran's 30-pound clear high impact mono. And all of this is spooled onto Quantum Smoke 40 size reel that holds up to 220 yards. The reel is on a Finor 7'6" tidal rod. You know, I mentioned the word Dyneema. Well, that's a mighty big word, and you might want to know what it is. It's a polyethylene fiber that's super strong and offers maximum strength with minimum weight. Just how strong is it? It's up to 15 times stronger than steel. I'd help you, but
You would help me, but you're busy.
But I got a hand full of red.
I got it out. I'm gonna go ahead and just get this
now,
one
you talk
back in
about
the
one
water
that's got
quick.
a lot of spice in his
So I
gumbo.
can
This
help
one
you.
does.
You ready, buddy? There you go.
All right, here's got his mouth open for you.
I got it.
Go easy, go easy. Don't lose that fish, Mike.
I'm not gonna lose your fish.
Goodness gracious sakes alive.
Look at this one, huh?
Look at the size of that fish. There you go. Whoa. Hello. How y'all today? Okay, I'm gonna see if I can get him out there. The Bill Dance Question and Answer of the Week is brought to you by Mystic Lubricants and their complete line of JT4 marine products. A full line of products for your full line of pursuits. Visit mysticlube.com today. Is there a productive way to catch triple tails? Yes. Since they spend a lot of their time near surface cover, this is a visual experience. Usually triple tails will be upright or floating on their side, positioned on the down current side of an object. All the angler has to do is present his bait so that it almost comes in contact with the cover on the up current side, and you'll see the fish eat it as it sweeps by with the current.
Today's show is sponsored in part by Millennium Marine, a new class of comfort, and Thin-Nor, legendary tackle since 1933. Closed captioning is provided by Bill Dance Digital. Follow us. Today's product tip is brought to you by Garmin and their GPS map series, chart plotter sonar combos. With advanced sonar technology like Chirp and exclusive Panoptix all-seeing sonar, you'll spend less time finding your fish.
There's a place for everything, and everything needs to be in a place. Being organized makes for a better day on the water. These lure lock tackle boxes definitely help with their remarkable bonding agent that holds everything in their place. Everything's secure. There's a place for everything, and the place for lure lock is in your boat.
Come be a part of Bill Dance Digital. Join us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Follow us.
Let me ask you a question. Of all the inshore saltwater species, and there's jillions of them, you know, you've got permit, you've got snook, you've got speckled trout, I could go on and on and on. What would you rate number one, and why?
You know, Bill, I know I'm biased, but it's got to be redfish. And the reason why is you can catch redfish from all the way up the East Coast, down around the tip of Florida, through the Keys, into the Gulf of Mexico, all the way into Mexico. Some of the other species are relative to just certain areas, but there's redfish almost everywhere along the coastline. And they're such a strong fish, they're such an aggressive fish. It's a fish that can be battled on light tackle. I mean, I'd have to call it number one, and they're becoming so popular. I don't know if you can go anywhere in the United States right now and mention redfish and somebody doesn't know what you're talking about. 10, 15 years ago, they'd have looked at you and said, what is this? Everybody gets excited about redfish. You got that stud now.
I got you. Ooh, what a pretty fish. Pretty fish.
That is a pretty girl.
Look at the coloration.
Golly, that's a pretty fish.
Man, man, man. There she goes, getting ready. Look at that. There she goes. Their characteristics, they're so much like a largemouth bass.
Oh, their characteristics are so similar to a bass. I mean, you could take the good old-fashioned 6-inch purple worm or a crankbait, and you know that redfish is just he's going to crash it.
Yeah.
He's going to hit it 10 times harder than a bass, and he's going to run 10 times harder. Just an amazing fish.
And they're structurally oriented too. They like drop-offs, and they like to get around the rows of canes and out on points and stuff.
They like oyster beds. They like rocks. We're fishing little channels, little drop-offs right now. All the similarities of bass, and it's amazing how close they are for attitude-wise and structure-wise, and the way their habitat is,
and
other than saltwater.
How crazy they are when they get hooked.
They're just crazy. Period. I mean, look, if you had to eat pogies all your life, you'd be crazy too.
over the years we've done what, 6 or 8 shows,
Oh gosh.
or more than that.
More than that, yeah.
And knock on wood, we have just, I mean,
I've been very lucky.
oh, we have. And it's your skill of being able to catch it, know where these fish are and where they live.
Well, look at your skill right now. You just whacked another one. Come here, buddy. Open up your mouth. Be nice.
Listen to Dr. Mike.
Be nice. Oh, what a beast.
That is a good one.
That's a good one for sure.
Well, I tell you what, he never would come in.
What a fight, huh?
Boy, he fought good. That is a horse.
That is
See.
one big boy. Look how long he is.
As much as we hate to admit it, our showtime for today is running out. But that doesn't mean Bill and Mike are going to stop fishing. Every time Bill Dance fishes with Mike, you almost can't pull him away from all the action. You can be sure, however, there may be more trips here to Venice and beautiful Plaquemines Parish with all the good red fishing it has to offer. As always, we'd like to thank our good friend Mike Frenette for his expertise, and Bill highly recommends Mike's guide service. Thanks for fishing along with us today, and be sure to join us again right here next week on Bill Dance Saltwater. We hope you've enjoyed Bill Dance Saltwater and learned that you can do this. Please join us right here again next week.